countdown to kickoff resuming. Let's head out to Dallas with Carlos Mendez of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Carlos, how are you today?
Doing fine.
All right, let's get into it. Jason Garrett, his first full year as head coach. Of course, he took over last season when Wade Phillips was fired. How high are the expectations for him this season?
Well, they're not that high, considering that the Cowboys usually shoot for a high standard. At least their fans believe they ought to be shooting for a pretty high standard. But this is a 6-10 team. It is a first-time head coach starting out his first full year. He's going to have a leash as far as expectations go, but they certainly would like to be a winning team. I don't think 9-7 is an unreasonable goal for this team, but that's about as high as they can go, I think.
Of course, Tony Romo, the quarterback, injured last year. Do folks in Dallas feel he is the one to take them to a Super Bowl in the future?
Well, not everybody does. There's plenty of split camps on him, but there's no question he has the ability to be a top-5 quarterback. He's had a 36-touchdown season. He's thrown for 4,000 yards. The only question is whether he's got a good enough team around him. Can he be protected? You see what happens to any quarterback when he doesn't have time. He gets hurt. He's got to really gain some trust with his receivers, and he needs a running game. You put all those things around any quarterback, they're going to be good. They're going to have a good team. If you put it around a quarterback with superior talent, who knows how far you can go.
Now, is there pressure on the Cowboys and specifically Jerry Jones, since Nolan Ryan has taken Texas pretty much by storm with the Rangers going to the World Series last year?
I don't think there's pressure on the Cowboys as players so much as it is on Jerry Jones as an owner. He's seen his peers get to the top of their sports, and he doesn't like to be overshadowed by anybody or anything. So this is probably driving Jerry just as much or more than any player.
Now, if you could, Carlos, could you give me one position battle for us to watch?
Yeah, you really need to watch what's going to happen at linebacker for this team. The Cowboys have this second-year kid named Sean Lee out of Penn State. They took him in the second round a year ago. He was hurt. He had a knee that a lot of people thought bumped him down into the second round. But this kid is like a Keith Brookings starter, so that's what everybody says about him. He's fast. He's motivated. He's a gym rat. Think Zach Thomas, just a little bit bigger and with some speed. And that's one we're really keeping an eye on out here because, Keith Brookings has done a good job for 2 or 3 years now. But the Cowboys are ready to move on there. So it'll be interesting to see if Lee can unseat him.
Now, Jerry Jones has said if Felix Jones has a good year, mark this, we'll have a good year. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree completely. Felix Jones has the talent to make this offense really hum because he's explosive. The only question is whether he can take the pounding of 20, 22, 25 carries a game. They're not going to ask him to do that, but the Cowboys do need a reliable veteran to gain yards on the ground this year to close games. They don't have Marion Barber anymore, and the guys they have behind him, they just haven't proven themselves either. Rashard Choice, shown a couple of flashes, but after that, they've got some undrafted free agents, got a couple of fullbacks. They're still waiting for DeMarco Murray, their third-round pick, to even practice.
Now, you're talking about the running backs, and I guess this is my question to you. I've read in the papers about them trying to trade for a cornerback, trying to trade for a number 3 wide receiver. I've seen T.J. Houshmandzadeh been thrown around there, and now you're talking about running back. If you could give me the priority of those 1 through 3, what would it be to upgrade?
They'd like a running back to really emerge to complement Felix because they believe in the tandem running back system that so much of the NFL has gone to. It's just a question of, in fact, that's why they took DeMarco Murray so high. They thought he could be a receiving running threat just like Jones, swap him out, plug him in, protect themselves against injury. That's an important part of the Jason Garrett offense because he likes to swing the offense from one side to the other, make the defense defend the whole field. And these are the kind of players, Jones, Murray, that he wants to plug into the backfield.
Let's head out to social media. Mark St. John on our Facebook page. What effect will the loss of Mark Colombo have on the work ethic of the team?
Well, it's hard to say. He was definitely a very hard worker and a good leader. They also cut Leonard Davis, so there's a lot of veteran experience that went by the wayside there. But they still have Kyle Kozar there, one of their guards. They still have Gerard, their three-time Pro Bowler at center. Those are guys who've already said, hey, I'm willing to be the leader for this group now. The line may start 2 rookies this year. That's another area that's going to be really interesting to watch.
Reginald Young on our Facebook page. Dez Bryant or Miles Austin as the Cowboys' #1 receiver this year?
Dez Bryant, in terms of pure physical ability, there's no one on the field when they practice that is more explosive, more athletic than this kid. He's still only 22 years old. This is only his second pro season. He's only played 15 games combined, college and pro, the last 3 years. Just wait till he gets a handle on the NFL.
Finally, Carlos, over under 9 wins for the Cowboys in 2011.
Under or at 9 wins.
There you have it, Carlos Mendez of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Be sure to follow him on Twitter at @CAlexMendez. Carlos, thank you very much for the time. We really appreciate it.
You bet.